The enemy has tried to get me to be his mouthpiece on several occasions, including while doing this series. And I thank the Lord for pointing out things to me so that I wouldn't fall prey to the enemy's devices. Don't be a dummy for the devil by allowing him to use you. And there are two ways he can use you, either knowingly or unknowingly. Knowingly, for example, is you going to him, you using his devices, either for a reason, for example, to get a platform. So don't be a dummy for the devil by allowing him to use you in such a way. And a biblical example of a person submitting themselves to the devil's will is King Saul. In 1 Samuel 28, Samuel had died. And it says that Saul had put away the mediums and necromancers out of the land. A good thing. But then the Philistines were getting ready to launch an attack against Saul. And he was fearful. And he inquired of the Lord, but the Lord did not answer him, either by dreams, by Urim, or by prophets, in part because he was under God's judgment for his disobedience. Then Saul said to his servants, "Seek out for me a woman who is a medium, a witch, that I may go to her and inquire of her." And his servant said to him, "Behold, there is a medium at Endor." How did they know? So Saul disguised himself and put on other garments and went, he and two men with him. And they came to the woman by night, and he said, "Divine for me by a spirit, and bring up for me whomever I shall name to you." So a few things. Saul changed his garments. He was hiding who he was. Kind of like workers of iniquity when they hide their identity in attacking people in dreams or whatsoever else. He went by night. So all these things trying to cover himself. But those things that are covered, God will uncover, meaning evil deeds, things that are not covered or cleansed by the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ. And then he asked her to divine for him a spirit. These are all things that go against the word, will, and ways of God. But Saul was allowing himself, he was submitting himself to the devil. Now here's another one in Matthew 16, 21 through 23. When the Lord began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes and be killed, and on the third day be raised, which is a good thing. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, "Far be it from you, Lord, this shall never happen to you." But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan, you are a hindrance to me, for you are not setting your mind on the things of God, but the things of man." Do not let the enemy use you, either willingly or unwillingly.